This next one I think is my wife's favorite. It involves an Indian and arson, which if you don't find that interesting, then you're just not a human. But it started with this is one of my very first cases I got, by the way. It was a deal where a guy had set his house trailer on fire. They lived out in the middle of nowhere in North Alabama, but he had set his house trailer on fire, and there was some people were saying, hey, this guy admitted to me that he set his trailer on fire for the insurance money. So the lawyer that hired me was working for the insurance company, and they hired me to go out and question some folks. And as I started talking to folks, they would tell me what the guy told them, then they would refer me to the next person, and you just build a chain that way of getting statements. And one I got, they said it had the most information, was this lady that lived out in the woods in a tent way out in the middle of nowhere. So they said, hey, be careful. If she don't like you, she's been known to stab people. So I was like, okay. So I'm not really scared of people, but I thought it was interesting, so I went out there. So this place, you had to drive about 2 miles down a power line cut, and then you had to get out and walk a trail at about another mile. So you're out in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's no cell phone service or nothing. It's a wilderness up here in North Alabama, real close to the Tennessee line. Some of y'all know where I'm talking about. But so I get out and I go up there, and I kind of made some noise and said hello, calling for her, and she came out and greeted me. And she had on a full Indian regalia. I don't know what you would call it. Excuse me if I use the wrong terminology. It was an Indian dress made out of leather. She had her long hair. She looked like a Native American. Had her hair in a long ponytail. Even had a little female-like headdress on her head. And she had on moccasins. She was dressed like a full Indian. The only thing that was wrong was she didn't have a teepee. She had like a Coleman tent, a modern tent. She had a fire going. I said, how long you been living out here? And she said about 3 years. I said, okay. And I told her what I was looking for. And apparently, her and this man had been involved in a relationship. This trailer was up the trail on the power line cut from where she was. And apparently, they'd been in some kind of relationship. And she let me record what she was saying about how this guy set his trailer on fire for the insurance money. He'd said it to her many times. She had been there when he said it, that he'd done it on purpose. But she was very nice to me. She didn't try to stab me or anything. But I said, what do you do what do you do for food? She said, I kill deer and squirrels and stuff. And if I need something else, I just walk up. There's a store up on the highway. And she just walked up there and got the stuff she needed. So very interesting story. A woman out in the woods dressed as an Indian and living off the land. I have not been back and followed up with her any at all. And I just wonder if she's still there. Let's go see together. Thanks.